So, Aesthetica of a Rogue Hero. A show I wasn't really quite sure how to feel about it going in. I knew it was going to be one of those shows that was, well, cliche to say the least, per se, but I found myself saying, if you like High School DxD and or you like a show like Trinity 7, I could see you very, very, very much liking this show. And that's really essentially because of our main character. But before we dive into that, let me explain what this show is about. So, Aesthetica of a Rogue Hero is actually a show about a guy who is supposed to be a hero, has the title of hero, goes to other worlds and triumphs and saves people. Is a kid, a guy, not even a kid, basically a grown man, almost adult teenager, who goes to this world and slays the Overlord or the Demon Lord, and actually brings his daughter back with him due to the Demon Lord standing, if you slay me, go with him, Miyu, my daughter. Go with the person who slays me. That is the person who you belong to, and if you find them to be unworthy of you, let them meet their demise. And I found that to be something that really kind of captivated me in a way, because it's just kind of like the Demon Lord wanted her to go with whoever slayed him. Why would he ever want that? Why wouldn't he want the daughter to become the next person in line to be the Demon Lord from Alizard? And that's something that I'm wondering, and I'm thinking that Season 2 would explain that, especially since there's a lot of crappy stuff going down in Alizard, and our main hero, our main character, Asuwa, kind of catches on in Akatsuki, and that's something that kind of drives me nuts and is one of the story's weaknesses. Especially on top of that, we never really get the prologue as to how he ended up in that world, why he went to that world specifically, and why he even ended up fighting the Demon Lord to begin with. We know he did it for one of the kingdoms, but we don't know the relationship that Akatsuki had with Miyu's father before she died, which that is something that never gets spoken about. We never get that background information, so that would most definitely be one of the biggest weaknesses of the show, and that is that the show is not very deep. The narrative does not run deep, but that's the kind of show it is. Now, what I do love about this show, and a thing that I think does back up or I guess support the not very deep narrative, would be the characters. And that's the funny part. The characters aren't even the deepest either, but our main character, our main male character, is a cross between Issei and is as just perverted as Issei Hyodo, but he also has this calm coolness from the main male character from Trinity 7, which gives his perversion antics honestly a maturity. And I think that's because the show is self-aware. It's meta. It uses these cliche kind of scenes, but the uses cross between Issei Hyodo and the main male character from Trinity 7, and it comes off as this perverted maturity, which is this weird and odd to see on screen, but nonetheless it makes you laugh, and it makes those cliche scenes kind of be elevated. And the character really elevates the characters around him. One, he's a character that's really, really likable. Of course, he's a character that is able to read people. And that's the key to our main male character, Asuwa Akatsuki. He's someone who comes off as this, just really mature, really not humble, arrogant, but very nice character, which is also something that really excels his character. That arrogant, nice attitude is something that I haven't really seen. He's not really humble. He's not down to earth, but he's just nicely arrogant and full of himself because he knows he's a badass. And he wants everyone else to realize that too. He's willing to go on a fight. He wants to fight the best. He wants to show off his strength. He wants to climb the ranks. He wants notoriety, but he's moral about it, such as our main antagonist, who wanted to actually kill Miyu because he wanted notoriety. He would never take a life for notoriety, but he would most definitely fight to not to death, but to the last man standing. So that's something I actually do like about his character, and his awareness is the best thing about him. I will say that right now. He's able to read people, their serious scenes, and he's able to do something that necessarily throws him under the bus and doesn't necessarily make him look good, but also elevates the characters around him because they establish relationships, they establish connections, they go through certain shenanigans together, like the beach episode. Things like that are what elevates this show's cast members. And one, you got the Demon Lord's daughter, you got a cross between Issei Hyodo and the Trinity 7 main male character. Then you get Asua, and then you get to have the lesbian girl, and then the 7th grade girl that actually skipped a couple grades because she's so smart. So we have just quite the diverse cast, especially the vice principal, who's always on Asua's ass. So in terms of characters, I see that you would like this show, and I hope I'm explaining it the best as I can. Since I did just get on watching, I am kind of hyped up, so I'm hoping the review is smooth enough, per se. But there's one thing the show does actually do that just made me go, oh, this is not cool. They establish a relationship at the end of the show. Like I say, 90% of shows do, but it's actually most definitely, left open to say, there's way more story to go. We're going to Alizard at the end. That's what the show does. And I saw this cast of the VP, the lesbian, the lesbian. I know you guys are probably laughing about that. The 7th grade girl, the Asua, our main male character, and Miyu, our other main female character, and of course our newly blonde-haired kid, which I cannot remember his name to save the day. I see them all go to Alizard, and I'm like, that would have been so much fun. The best cast members just went to Alizard. Why? And they even established the relationship early, which makes me even more frustrated because it's in the season 1. Just think there's a season 2, a season 3. That could really seriously elevate the show. Like I've already said, a lot of cliche shows are out there that take place in a high school, but the romance is always established when the show is over. This romance was established at the end of season 1, and definitely more story to go. As a matter of fact, I believe, from my knowledge, the light novel actually isn't technically over. It's been on a hiatus, possibly. So there's a lot more to go, and the romance to be established, so we'd be able to explore new character interactions and things that we don't usually get to see in this cliche genre, per se. And that's something that's just extremely frustrating to me. So at the end of the day, the show is a show that I really enjoyed. It's a show that I would like to say is fun. It's a show that I would say I loved it. Give me an A++++, because I like these kind of shows in general, but this show isn't necessarily that, but it's fun. It's like a Heavy Object, as I told you guys before, who've been on my channel a long time. Heavy Object is a fun show, but it is actually probably even more well-rounded show than this, for sure. This doesn't take place in a typical high school. Heavy Object does not, but it is more well-rounded. It does at least touch all of its bases. As to where this show knows it's not the most deeply written. It knows it's following suit of a lot of other shows, but it does give you great personas. It doesn't give you characters that have a lot of depth to them, but it gives you the personas that you can fall in love with and love each individual character and find them engaging based off the persona. And, more than anyone, it's our main male character who can actually get away with this. And I think he really makes the show. So if you were going to watch this show, I would most definitely say, watch it. If you're going to think about watching it, I would say watch it. Find out if you do like it. But you may be pissed off whenever you see there's a lot of stuff about to go down in season 2, and it's been 5 years since season 1. So will it have a season 2? I don't know. I'm sure some of you guys would ask that, but I hope you stayed until the end of the video because I simply don't know, and I honestly doubt it. But that's just another high school kind of harem-esque show, right? So other than that, though, guys, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Really quick anime review I wanted to get out for you guys. Hopefully in the middle I didn't lose you. I know it may have been a little shaky, but I had to get the video out for you guys. I want to hurry up and get it done. Had a lot of stuff to do this weekend. I want to keep the momentum and how I truly feel. The video may have not been the most fluid video, but it was something. It was a video that gave my honest thoughts. It was a video I gave in the moment, in the emotions, to give you guys my honest personal opinion. And I hope you guys enjoyed the realism of my videos. I don't like to cut much of my videos because it sometimes takes away the realism of it in some people's eyes. Some people have actually said that. The stutters, the hesitations to say something, whenever I'm gathering thoughts, sometimes people enjoy that. Sometimes I don't enjoy that. But as always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys have been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, X25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.